continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neal as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord, Elizabeth Walker as Carolyn Russell, and also starring Barbara Rush as Marcia Russell.
For Dr. Harry Miles, everything is in its place. His life away from Doctor's hospital is as simple, as ordinary, as every day as he would want it. His relationship with his wife, Alma, is as loving as it was years ago when they were married. His relationship with his teenage son, Louis, is as honest and as open as it was when Louis was a child. Everything is in its place. Until tonight.
Come on.
Oh, how many people are getting in?
Nah, don't worry. We won't miss him.
Where's Lou?
He's there somewhere. Don't worry about it.
There he is!
Oh, no, I couldn't have known all that soul.
Oh, don't tell me you discovered crackling bread and hog maws.
Oh, yeah, chitlin, hog maws, the whole bit.
Oh, you're going to eat yourself right out of baseball. Come on, give me your check. I'll get your bag.
Hey, no, I can get it.
No. Come on.
All right, well, look, it's the brown one, right?
I remember. I bought it, remember?
Oh, come on, let's wait in the car.
Okay.
Lou, come on! Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Look, tell me, how is New York?
Oh, well, it's just too much, like I kept telling you on the phone.
Well, you know you didn't call all that often.
Yeah, well, phone calls cost money.
Yes, and I suppose letters cost time. But what were you doing?
Well, going to those classes,
That's what I want to find out. Tell me about it.
Well, I don't know. It's just too much to tell. New York is like, well, it's just so different, you know? It makes a difference living there even just for a couple of weeks.
I bet. You know what your aunt told me, that sometimes you stayed out all night long. So...
Well, I stay with friends. Come on, let's get in the car.
Oh, huh? Friends, huh? You know what, Lou?
What's that?
Friends? Say, look here. Did you meet any nice girls in New York?
Yeah, I met girls, boys, everybody. You know New York, you remember?
Oh, yes, I remember.
No, here's
Well,
Dad.
you know, I want to ask you something. When you were talking to me on the telephone the other night, I got a crazy feeling.
What?
Oh, that you might be in some kind of trouble.
Moms get the weirdest feeling.
Oh, you're going to sit back here with your son, are
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Okay, I'll put this in the trunk.
But,
Mama, do you know what's wrong with you? You are suffering from what the books call parental anxiety. It's a very natural anxiety which afflicts anyone over the age of 30 when anyone under the age of 20 goes away by himself.
Well, let's go. We got a lot to talk about.
Do you want to walk?
Come on.
Let's try. Let's walk.
Come on. Let's go.
Well, why don't you go join him?
Oh, good morning, Dr. Rossi.
Good morning. They look like they're having such a good time. Why don't you go over there and join them?
I don't have the time, Doctor. Miss Choate's eyes go right through me when I'm late. I've only been late once.
Well, you go ahead. I'll tell her you're on an errand for me. Huh?
I'd rather not, Doctor. Please. Please.
All right. Well, they look like they were having a lot of fun out there.
Yeah.
You're lucky to get them as foster parents, huh?
Yeah.
Jill? You all right?
I'm fine. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm very happy that she's with Norm and Rita. She's better off with them. Better off than she could be with me.
At this time, sure.
Very grateful for it.
Well, your time will come.
Will it?
Yes, it will. Do you doubt that?
Oh, I doubt a lot of things.
Such as what?
Such as what's going to happen now.
Now, what does that mean?
I mean, I'm knocking myself out to make things better for Kelly and me, when right now she's got things better than I could ever hope to make.
Well, I don't know about that.
I do. She fits in beautifully with Norm and Rita. Like she's theirs.
But she's yours, not theirs.
She was mine. She's slipping away from me. She's taking time and love.
Love?
The kind of love that Norm and Rita are giving her. The kind she's going to return. You saw that for yourself out in the square.
I saw affection out there.
Call it whatever you want. The point is, when I go to claim Kelly, if I go to claim her, what do I have to offer her?
Well, yourself, your love.
Big deal.
Oh, I get it. It's put-down day, is that it? I mean, everything in the world is against me now. And be careful crossing streets, is that it?
I know what I'm talking about. Right now, Kelly has a full family, a full life, and a full home. How can I take that away from her and offer her half a family, half a home?
You're in quite a mood today.
I have no father to offer Kelly, the kind of father that Norman is out in the square. Where do I find somebody like that? What chance do I have with somebody who knows me, knows my life?
No chance. No chance at all.
Worst of all, I'm beginning to doubt the kind of mother I could be, if I could be somebody like Rita.
All right, fine. I'll celebrate put-down day for you. If that's what you want. Rita's a better mother than you. Everyone's a better mother than you, huh? I wish there was an operation for self-pity.
To me. I got all dressed up, went down to the bar, and there was no one there. Bartender said there wouldn't be anybody there for another hour or so.
You could have been on the floor by that time.
You're right. You're right. Nobody to talk to. Well, I know you must be busy. Scrubbing, waxing, cleaning, polishing, ironing, etc., etc., etc. But I'll just sit here, be quiet as a church mouse. Won't speak unless spoken to, smile unless smiled at.
Susan, I really am very busy.
You know, I really love your house. I really do. I'm so glad to be out of that parsonage. It was too much work, really too much. Now my bed is made up by a chambermaid, and it's heaven. I love it. Marcia, please go along with your work. I'll just sit here quietly.
Why did you come here, Susan? What do you want?
Well, nothing. I guess I was just lonely.
I think that you think we have something in common. But we don't. We're women, and that's just about it.
Well, what about men who chase? The Fred Russell kind of man.
I prefer the Tom Winter kind, where it was all in his head.
You really believe that, don't you?
And you believe it too, Susan. You just insist on dragging it through the court, on making it as ugly, as dirty as possible.
And why do you insist on covering your husband in a thick coat of whitewash?
To protect my daughter.
Wasn't she a little old for that?
Maybe. Oh, Susan, what is this? Is it a contest? Is it a fencing match? Because if it is, I concede. Your husband has left the church. He's gone to work as a lobster man, and he's just trying to cope, just desperately to cope. Jill Smith has had that child taken away from her. Heaven knows when she'll get it back. And you've been sitting on a bar stool until you can't stand it any longer. Now, how do you figure to top that?
I can't.
Well, try.
Oh, there's no point. Can't make it any worse than it is. I went down to the bar to celebrate having reached rock bottom.
Cheers.
Cheers. I dropped the adultery charge.
What am I supposed to do? Pat you on the head?
No. No, I just, well, now that I've dropped the charge, I can't think of anything hateful to think about.
Well, try. Maybe you can find something.
You know, I wish I had the courage to go home to my family.
You really love your husband, don't you?
You don't think I'm going to admit anything like that, do you? I'm divorcing him. Well, about that drink you so kindly offered.
I have coffee.
Coffee would be fine, depending on what you put in it.
Cream and sugar, or just plain black.
Marcia, you have a very limited bar.
You have a very limited choice.
I don't think I have any choice at all. I think I like the bar better.